My name is Hadlin Patricia and I will be presenting about the implementation of activity-based costing or ABC in Malaysian company, which is multinational electronic manufacturer and Telecom Malaysia Berhad. In this study case, aim to examine their implementation process, challenges, and outcome of adopting ABC method. Now, let's begin with electronic manufacturer. This company adopted ABC because their traditional costing method couldn't reflect their true cost of their wide variety of products. So, they started by identifying key activities such as product design, component assembly, testing, and packaging. This activity was grouped into the cost pool, and each cost pool was assigned to cost driver. For example, the number of setup, machine hour, and tests conducted. Next, they collect the data from system and employees to track how much each product used those activity. With this information, they were able to assign overhead costs more accurate based on actual resource usage. Now, moving on to Telecom Malaysia Berhad, also known as TM. TM implemented ABC to better understand the cost of providing service to different customer segments. They mapped out core activity like customer service, installation, billing, and technical support. These were also grouped into cost pool with cost drivers such as number of customer call, number of installation, and number of bill issue. Data activity was collected through TM's internal system, and the costs were then assigned to specific service and customer based on how much support or activity they are required. This helped TM calculate service costs more accurately. During implementation, both companies faced similar challenges. There was resistance from employees who were used to traditional system. They also need time and training to understand the ABC concept. Collecting accurate activity data was time-consuming, and both companies had to put in extra effort to integrate ABC with their existing system. Despite these challenges, both companies managed to successfully implement ABC with a long-term benefit. In terms of benefit, both companies experienced better accuracy in cost allocation and improved their pricing decision. They also gain clearer insight into resource usage, which help improve budgeting and cost control. The electronic company used this data to identify and eliminate unprofitable products. Meanwhile, TM used ABC to understand customer profitability and adjust their service model accordingly. So, although the benefits were quite similar, each company applied them differently based on their industry needs. To conclude, the implementation of ABC helped both companies make smarter business decisions and manage their costs more effectively.
Good day everyone. Today I will present a case study about a fabrication company that builds special vehicles like fuel tankers. This company is using traditional costing now. Traditional costing is simple. It calculates the total cost by adding raw material and direct labor and then adds overhead using a simple method like a fixed percentage. However, activity-based costing or ABC is different. It assigns costs more accurately by looking at the activities and resources used. This study shows that ABC is a better method to allocate overhead costs. In traditional costing, overhead is applied by using a fixed percentage. In this company, it is 5% of direct material cost for each product. It is simple and easy method, but it is not very accurate. This method can cause wrong product cost and lead to bad decisions. Miller in 1996 said that traditional costing is like one-stage costing because overhead costs are just divided based on resources without looking at real activities. As you can see in the table 3, for product A, we multiply 5% from direct material cost of product A. For product B, also we multiply 5% of direct material cost of product B, and the same goes to the product C. Now, let's talk about activity-based costing or ABC. ABC breaks down overhead into a different activity like purchasing materials, setting up machine, running machine, assembling product, and inspecting finished product. Overhead is assigned based on cost driver rates such as number of setup, requisition, or labor hours. Each activity has its own cost rate, and costs are assigned based on actual usage. This way, we get more realistic and accurate product costs. As we can see in the table, we need to divide the estimated activity cost with estimated volume of cost driver first to get the cost driver rates. And then, next table below, we need to multiply with cost driver volume product to get the manufacturing cost for each product. When we compare the two methods, we see that traditional costing underestimates real cost. For example, product A's cost was 13% lower than it should be. On the other hand, ABC gives a more accurate view because it matches the cost with real activities. In conclusion, ABC is a better method to allocate overhead costs in manufacturing. It helps companies find expensive activities, control their costs, and make smarter decisions. Although ABC is more complex and needs more effort, it gives more accurate results. Also, ABC is not only useful in manufacturing, but it can also be used in departments like administration, marketing, and logistics.
Okay, next, I would like to talk about what influenced small and medium business in Malaysia to use activity-based costing or ABC. ABC is a method that helps business understand and control their costs better. First and foremost, external environment refers to the external pressure and condition that influence a company's strategy of an operational decision. When there's a lot of competition, business need to lower their cost and price so the product will be better. A new technology makes operation more complex, so ABC helps track the real cost of those change. On the other hand, customer now expect better product at lower price, and ABC helps company meet their expectation by improving pricing accuracy. Alright, another factor that also influence is cost-saving mechanism. Cost-saving mechanism is the perception that ABC can lead cost efficiency and financial benefit. It shows where the money is being used. So, this is called by cost visibility. It helps find wasteful activity so companies can stop doing things that don't add value. And when overhead is shared more fairly, it improves the company's profit by showing which product or which customer are really making money. On the other hand, the third factor is the attitude of the people using ABC. This refers to the mindset, openness, and readiness of employee and management towards adopting ABC. Some employees might resist change because they are worried about learning a new system. Some of them also might not understand ABC, so training is very important. The success of ABC also depends on the strong leadership and commitment to implement change. Last but not least is company size. Size of the SME in terms of financial resources, workforce, and operational complexity. Big companies usually have more money, more staff and system to support ABC. And also, if the company sells many products and services, ABC helps them to understand their cost better. But for small business, ABC can be expensive to start because of the software, training, and hiring consultant. So, in summary, ABC adoption in Malaysia depends on outside pressure, the hope to save money, the people's mindset, and the company size.
Hello, my name is Nur Hazwani Maisarah binti Abu Hassan and my metric number is 306892. So today I will discuss about the effect of top management on adoption of ABC in Malaysian public universities. For the background, the study emphasizes that strong top management support plays a vital role in the successful adoption of activity-based costing or ABC. It also finds that ABC leads to improved institutional performance, especially in terms of effectiveness and efficiency. While technology supports ABC implementation, its impact on the link between ABC and performance is not as significant. In the next slide, I will discuss the effect of ABC adoption, effective and efficiency, and also the effect of technology. Firstly, ABC offers a more precise cost management method by linking costs to specific activities. This gives universities clearer insight into their operations. helping them make better strategic and operational decisions. ABC also helps identify costly, inefficient processes such as idle time or low quality services that are often overlooked under traditional costing. In addition, it supports more detailed cost classification, which is crucial for strategic planning and budget control. However, successful adoption of ABC doesn't just depend on the system itself. It also requires staff cooperation, a willingness to change, and overall organizational support. For effectiveness and efficiency, ABC improves effectiveness by helping universities align their activities with strategic goals and achieve better outcomes. It gives clearer insights into which areas contribute most to institutional success. At the same time, it improves efficiency by identifying waste, unnecessary processes, and idle time, allowing universities to use resources more wisely. Unlike traditional costing, ABC offers detailed data that supports better planning, governance, and continuous improvement across departments. Technology supports ABC adoption by making it easier to gather, process, and use detailed activity data, especially in complex settings like universities. With the help of automation and information systems, universities can trace costs more accurately and link them to specific services. This helps decision makers access real-time, precise data, which improves budgeting, planning, and overall governance. The study also highlights that technological readiness plays a big role in how successfully ABC can be implemented. If systems are outdated or lacking, ABC becomes harder to apply, which is why investing in technology is essential for cost control and better performance. To conclude, activity-based costing supports transparency, accountability, and better resource management in major public universities. Its adoption aligns with public sector's reforms like outcome-based budgeting. Although technology can enhance ABC, many universities face budget limitations. Despite this, ABC still improves effectiveness and efficiency when there is strong leadership support. Overall, the study shows that top management plays a key role in ABC adoption, and ABC remains a valuable tool for improving governance and performance in the higher education sector.
Today, we will be discussing one of the domain themes in cost management literature, the debate between activity-based costing and traditional costing. In this presentation, we will explore how the literature addresses this issue by embedding the ABC versus TC comparison within the remanufacturing industry. Specifically, we will be looking at the remanufacturing of crankshaft as a case study to highlight key insights and findings. In traditional costing system, overhead costs are assigned based on production volume, usually through a predetermined rate per unit across all production. While this method is intuitive and has been widely accepted over time, it's becoming less effective, especially during the early stage of manufacturing development. This is particularly true in cases involving low production quantities and high product variety such as in remanufacturing. The article highlights a key issue with traditional costing. It often leads to misleading cost estimates because it fails to account for different types of activities involved in remanufacturing parts. This becomes a serious concern in the remanufacturing environment, where diverse product structure and varying process demands result in unbalanced resource consumption. ABC, on the other hand, takes a more detailed and activity-focused approach. It uses cost drivers to assign overhead, linking them directly to specific activities that consume resources.
This method monitors direct activity level costs involved in processes like grinding, polishing, quality assurance, and packing. According to the article, ABC provides more accurate cost information because it can trace each cost and attach it directly to the activities required to remanufacture each crankshaft. Moreover, ABC systems have been successfully implemented in several fields, including healthcare, supply chain management, cellular manufacturing, and green manufacturing. These examples highlight the flexibility and robustness of ABC, particularly in settings with high operational complexity. Traditional costing assumes that all units consume resources uniformly. In contrast, ABC recognizes the non-homogeneity of modern production processes. In the context of remanufacturing, this distinction becomes critical. Each crankshaft may require a different sequence of operation, making volume-based costing system inadequate. For example, the study highlights significant discrepancies in unit costs caused by factors like setup time, product complexity, and batch size, none of which are captured by traditional costing. The authors also reference several earlier studies that support this view, emphasizing that ABC provides superior cost transparency. This level of detail helps managers make more informed decisions and support strategic planning. Additionally, ABC considers sustainability by focusing on the efficient allocation of resources, an essential factor in remanufacturing operations. The article makes it clear that ABC is more accurate, flexible, and decision useful compared to traditional volume-based costing system. This advantage is especially important in remanufacturing, a complex and highly customized business. For firms operating in this space, understanding actual cost behavior, setting effective pricing strategies, and designing efficient production sequence all depend on properly measuring activities. However, it is important to note that ABC does come with its own challenges. It requires a detailed understanding of the underlying processes and can be computationally expensive, both of which are critical consideration when applying it in a real-world setting.